And good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to Lang Park on a super day for what no doubt will be a super game of football. The Brisbane Rugby League Grand Final between the minor premiers, Eastern Suburbs, and they come up against the mighty Panthers from Purtell Park.
Easts, the high-flying Tigers. At fullback, Ken Jackson. The wingers, Kurt Wrigley and Andrew McGowan. The centres, Greg Street and Gavin Payne. The 5'8", Steve Dowden. At halfback, Andrew Neve. The lock forward, Bruce Crosby. The second rowers, Scott Nilsson and Darren Wolins. The front rowers, Paul Lusk and Ian Staines. And the hooker is Rob Rattiri. And the Eastern Suburbs coach John Lang is looking for his second premiership with the Tigers. The mighty Western Suburbs Panthers. At fullback, Paul Weaver. The wingers, Gavin Duncan and Mark Maguire. The centres, Sam Smith and Graham Strutton. The 5'8", Craig Bowen. At halfback, Adrian Lamb. The lock forward, Peter Taylor. In the second row, Tat Whaleboat and Paul Schuller. The front row forwards, Mark O'Reilly and Paul Childs. And the hooker for Wests is Paul Fitzgerald. The Panthers coach is Nev Hunter.
The mighty Tigers. A lot of boos. Now a few more cheers. But Andrew Slack wait for the black and reds. You have to go back to 1976 when Western Suburbs won the grand final. Andrew Slack beating East in a funny scoreline. Big moment because they're playing in a grand final at Lang Park. They're playing in front of a big crowd, the biggest crowd they would have played in front of in their lives. Now, down to the nitty-gritty of 80 minutes of football. Scott Nielsen. Cat Whaleboat leads the charge of the defenders off the ruck. Crosby split them. Who's getting with him? He dummies the pass. I'd say it was forward, but it's going to be play on. And over go Eastern Suburbs in the first minute of the game. Unbelievable. Steve Dowden goes in to score. I thought the pass might have been a little bit suspect.
Tigers had the support and realised it was there then. There is wrong-footed Tat Whaleboat and Paul Childs to make that break down the short side. Gavin Duncan at a loss to know where to go, and there's that pass that was perhaps marginal. Here, not looking, only looking at the defender. Now he picks up the support and gives it to Steve Dowden.
David. The extras are added by Ken Jackson, and East lead by 6 points to 0. Nielsen's calling for it, but it goes right. And that's as simple as you like, Andrew Neve. That is as simple as you'll get to score a try in rugby league.
Paul Fitzgerald from dummy half where Rattiri ran right, left the defence backpedaling, and there was no one there in cover. And Jackson for the conversion.
Makes no mistake. Eastern Suburbs lead 12 points to 0. We'll take a break and be back in a moment. Jackson sets himself for the kick, and once again Weaver's going to be tested, I would feel. And the chase, what was it? That's a field goal. That's a ripper. That is unbelievable. Ken Jackson just stood on the halfway mark and just rifled it. Absolutely rifled it, and was never going to miss from the time it left his boot. 13-0.
To Barry Canning or Nev Harmon, who is it? But it's halfway, it's the left foot, bang, no problem. I don't reckon he even hit it sweetly. It'll do though.
Went over the dead ball line on the full. Screaming to his players, come on. Now, here's Kurt Wrigley. Oh, there's men inside too. He might need them. The cover will want to be quick. Lamb will have to get him, and that'll be a double movement, I think. He's awarded the try.
David Manson right on the spot, and right on the side where he could tell whether Lamb had good contact with the lower part of Wrigley's legs, which we'll see on from this angle. There's the other missed tackle from lock Peter Taylor. Here comes Lamb, gets him.
He's lost him.
Let's go, bang, over the wall.
East lead 17-0.
The thing he has got going for him is an experienced reserves bench with the likes of Wayne Cullen and Wayne Trelevin there. Of course, Cullen, member of the 85 South Premiership side, 88 Valley side.
But in the meantime, here's another one. Wrigley number 2. Kurt Wrigley makes it a double, and West just do not have an answer here this afternoon.
A bit casually, putting it down one-handed. Doesn't matter if you're 1-0 up or 21 up, as they are at the moment. One makes sure when you're over the line of putting it down properly, but let's not worry or be too critical of East. They're doing it quite well, better than quite well. 32 minutes gone, 21 points to the Tigers. What can West do?
Jackson misses the conversion. East lead 21-0. Now they're outlined, deep. Across the face of the goal it goes. Whaleboat, that pass was a bit iffy. It's play on. Paul Weaver, he's in. He's done into the lot, and that's it. That's what West needed. They might be able to get back into the match. Paul Weaver's in, through the big dummy. Left 3 of them with the short back and sides, and East lead 21 points to 4.
We'll say 3.
So they finally moved it wide enough and long enough for Weaver eventually to wrong foot the defence. Crosby wasn't going to leave his outside man. The cover wasn't coming. And West have stretched Eastern Suburbs on a number of occasions out wide, but the passing hasn't been slick enough to get the ball to the try line. Is a little better. Up and over. 21 points to 6 the score. 1:40 to half-time.
Nielsen's head also hit the ground too.
Oh.
There's a bump and there's another one. So he's got double whammies. He's got Nielsen for his troubles.
Well, is that the only action that's going to be taken as a penalty? And that is it. Coach John Lang and the man in question, Tat Whaleboat, not looking like a happy little person at the moment. Makes no mistake, and East increased the margin. They lead by 23 points to 6. By Strutton. The Whaleboat being penalised in that play of the ball from offside position.
Taken them. Jackson in for this penalty.
Nice kick. Oh, beautifully struck. 25 points to 6 is the lead for East. We'll take a break and be back to Lang Park in a moment. Lamb. He's through. Who can get with him? Now they should score. Jackson's going to give chase to Maguire, but Maguire kicks ahead, and Bowen will get there, and that's a try. Craig Bowen touches down. So with 60 seconds remaining on the clock, West do score in the second half, and East lead by 25 points to 10, and I'm so pleased for Adrian Lamb. He hasn't stopped trying all day. Here's the one that split them, and they're over for a 4-point.
They got their 4 points. I did feel that Craig Green perhaps blew it there. Threw the pass too early, allowed Jackson then to go on to Maguire, and Jackson's got some pace as he showed, but Maguire put it on the toe, and Bowen in good support, something that's been lacking from West today.
So there it is. There's the try score on screen. Duncan hits it. No goal. That's full time. And Eastern Suburbs win the Winfield Cup. They defeat Eastern Suburbs by 25 points to 10. They were minor premiers. They were the best team in the competition throughout the season and have duly arrived to win the Winfield Cup here this afternoon comprehensively by 25 points to 10. And today, it's all theirs. 25 to 10 East defeat West. We'll take a break and be back. 25 points to 10, East defeating West. The presentation, of course, a very happy man, Ian Staines, the Premier, Mr. Wayne Goss. I think the old trophy weighs a bit too. But Ian Staines, he's got a few little battle scars. But yes, it's all worthwhile after a hard year. And you wouldn't meet a nicer man. And Ian Staines, on and off the football field, he's a credit to his sport. And also there, Neil Abercrombie, the chief from
I'd like to
Rothmans.
thank the team. When I say the team, I don't mean just the 17 players involved out here. I mean the whole club. You know, it's all a big team, a lot of backup staff there. We'll all thank them personally later on, but especially thanks to our coach, Johnny Lang, and President Shane Richardson, who's put all this together.